Today, we're here at the home woodcutting studio of artist Quamaine Giles. For those of you who read the article, you may remember Quamaine as the artist who cut all the wooden frames for artist Simone Taylor's exhibition, Hive Illusion. You can find the link to that article in the description below. Quamaine is known for many things, and he is more than just a woodcutter.
Overall, I do abstract painting, tattooing, and also framing. All stemmed from just the aspect of painting.
What kind of stuff?
This is, I think it's called outer wood.
Outer.
Yeah.
Quamaine runs his own custom wood framing business where he frames the work of customers and his own.
Mostly the wood I'm using for the frames sometimes is either some type of pine or poplar wood. Yeah, that's just either those two. I would love to get into making frames for like different types of hardwood, different species of hardwood, but I haven't really did a lot of that.
Quamaine has clients he consistently frames work for, one being artist P.D. Parker, a friend of Quamaine since the foundation of Peter Street Station. Peter Street Station is a community art center in Atlanta where Quamaine works as a tattoo artist.
I've been an artist since COVID, what's that, 2020? So 3 years now I've been an artist. I am a fine artist, muralist, curator, strategist, and I've recently got into sculpting with bamboo. So I met Q through Peter Street Station. He and I were there in the early ages, one of the few remaining people who were part of the original cast who actually helped build it, like lay down tile. And I remember first seeing Q, I thought he was like a contractor helping with one of the many things we needed done in the building. And he just kept showing up. And like, I'm so defensive over the space initially, like, I said, man, who's this dude who keeps showing up and just smiling. Very cordial. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I was like, man, who is this dude, man? But he just always kept showing up. And we developed a friendship through Peter Street Station for sure. I know he comes from a background. I think his father was a craftsman too. So just knowing that story I feel like it's kind of innate in him. And he's very passionate about it. I like the fact that he's he's created his own lane. He saw a need within even our collective for frames and stuff, and he just picked it up, learned as much as he could, continue to learn, and he just keeps being innovative with it. And I respect anybody who could take something, learn, and innovate with it. So if I get my pieces framed, Q does it, period. So I would get commission pieces and just get him to frame each one. If I don't frame it, then I just burn it, usually. So I like to get loose canvases. So anything that's stretch canvas that's not framed, he'll probably frame it sooner or later. But for my first solo show, which was called Heartbreaks and Heroes, he framed all my pieces for that. So that was the first time I got to really say, yo, these pieces are also framed by Q. You know, 50 years down the line, when your kids own these pieces, they'll know how to validate it because they'll have the Q stamp on it, you know. So it's cool to say little things like that, but the first time was definitely for my solo exhibit.
Even though he's found a niche in woodcutting and framing, he mainly likes to focus his efforts on abstract art.
I became an artist in 2015. My overall theme is just like taking materials that is already around me and just using what's within my reach, right? And creating something from that. Creating something from nothing. When I use wood in my actual like paintings, like I'm necessarily using all the scrap wood that's left over from these projects, right? Like for me, because it's like, to me, it's like I don't want anything wasted left behind.
You can find some of his work at Peter Street Station. There, I heard from one of his recent customers, DeMonte O'Brien. O'Brien collected Quamaine's piece entitled The Horizon, in which he used a host of materials, including pieces from a plastic bag.
For me, it's a when you know thing, because I don't collect primarily abstract. It's mostly figurative. I buy the work, then figure out where it goes next. The colors in this one really, and the movement was really what I was set on. So what I thought was a t-shirt of some sort seems to be of like a plastic latex type of thing. That was interesting to me, as well as the draped plastic bag at the bottom. If you get close and you can see like raised elements of paint in it. So it felt mature and fun. Like my room is more themed on like African, so has like masks everywhere. And so, fortunately and surprisingly, all the colors in that piece were throughout the room, but it was able to be brought together in that one piece.
What's even more fascinating is how Quamaine's artistry translates into his tattoo work.
I got into tattooing around 2019. Pretty much I've been here at Peter Street Station for about 6-7 months probably by then. No, almost a year I guess by then. I guess just kind of being under this roof, kind of seeing a lot of tattoo artists, seeing how they move and all that stuff, and then just seeing that as a different avenue to create and make another stream of income. It just kind of made sense for me to navigate towards that and just see if I can learn how to do that and add that to my bucket, as in to make more money. Like I like to do a lot of like abstract kind of tattoos, so I think it's very dope that some people are really drawn to that and they come to me for that. Like it's exciting, because it's also like it's just kind of ties into what I do as a painter. So I'm an abstract painter, so for me to be able to do that, translate that into skin as well, just it's phenomenal.
Yeah. I got a sneak peek into the tattoo he was working on for his client, Michelle Murphy. This day, she got an abstract tattoo of a slice of pie with ginkgo leaves.
This one.
Start with that one. Okay.
Yeah. I've been a baker for 26 years. I've been a pastry professional, and I wanted something to commemorate that. At like year 25, I really started thinking, how do I commemorate it? I love ginkgo leaves. They always, even when they're still, they look like they're kind of waving at you. They just have like a simplicity and a friendliness and an openness. I love.
And what made you choose Quamaine today?
Like I said, I researched for 3 years. I narrowed it down. I knew what I was looking for. I didn't always know who could do it, so I just watched until I saw, that I was clicking on a certain artist. And so then I started to follow him. And the more I saw and things that he was doing, I liked his style.